Hello? Darling? Open the door. Hi, darling. It's so nice to finally meet you. What's the problem, darling? You look like you've seen a ghost. Who am I? Honestly, I feel a bit offended, darling. I'm your Yandere Stalker, of course. I've been stalking you and following you for years now. Because I love you so much that I can't stand being far away from you. And don't pretend like you don't know me. You've seen me lots of times before. You've seen me hiding in the bushes or taking pictures of you through your window. You even smiled at me at that amusement park when I was watching you from behind those comically big cups. So, don't pretend like you were oblivious to this. You knew that I was stalking you. And you liked it. I'm not real. Well, of course I am, darling. How could I have knocked on your door if I wasn't? No, you're not hallucinating. But if you still don't believe I'm real, you can just come here and kiss me, just to see what happens. Okay, fine. I'll explain myself. You're getting extremely pale. I'm starting to get a bit concerned. I don't want you to die again. We'll get to that later, right? You and I need to have a long conversation. I have a lot of things to explain. Do you mind if we go to your living room and sit down? When I'm done explaining, your whole world will be different. And I think it would be better if you were sitting down. Okay. I know you've been thinking since you opened that door, how can I be here? I'm not real. I'm just your imaginary stalker. You're so lonely that for the last couple of years, you've been imagining that you have someone so completely, madly in love with you that they can't bear being far away from you, and that constantly stalk you. For you, I'm not more than a product of your imagination. Kind of like an imaginary friend, but for an adult. And arguably more messed up. I'm just something you came up with to make you feel less lonely. And I guess that finding the person you believe to be a product of your imagination knocking on your door can be quite concerning. But I can assure you, I am as real as you are. Okay, bear with me, darling, because this is gonna be a wild ride for you. Have you ever heard that the brain can't imagine new faces? Well, that's true and false at the same time. And here's where things start to get a bit weird, so buckle up. You see, the human brain can't generate faces that don't exist. That is true. But that doesn't mean that you can only imagine people with faces that you've seen before. No, brains are an organ that's way more complex than you can imagine. Whenever you imagine someone, you are imagining someone that does exist, even if you have never seen that person before. I know, darling. That probably doesn't make much sense to you. So, I'll give you an example. All those characters that you invented for your stories when you were younger, you know, those knights and witches, princesses and detectives, you didn't actually create them. You just unknowingly learnt about them. They do actually exist, but just in another universe. And our brains have the capacity to subconsciously perceive those universes. Yes, other universes. What we call imagination is just our brain connecting with one of the infinite universes that exist. Each and every single person that you've ever imagined does exist in one or more universes. And that also applies to me. Exactly. I come from another universe. People in yours are still very far from proving the existence of parallel universes, but mine is a bit more advanced, and that's how I managed to come here. My universe is honestly quite similar to yours. Obviously, I'm a regular human, as you can see. We also have our own Earth, which geographically is the same as yours. And I'm speaking English, so it should be obvious that our languages are the same too. There are small variations, like, for example, in my universe, hedgehogs are one of the most popular pets. Why did I come here? Well, to be with you, of course. You see, when you are, quote unquote, imagining someone, you're not only perceiving their body, but also their personality. So I can assure you, I am as madly in love with you as I was in your fantasies. And now that I'm here with you, I can't wait to spend the rest of our lives together. I know you love me too, darling. After all, your brain connected with me because you like both my body and my personality. And especially my obsession over you. And I can promise you that you will never feel lonely again. How can I love you if I don't know you? Oh, but I do know you, darling. Or at least, I know 99.998% of you. Are you ready for some more world-shaking information? Great. Well, you see, some people have versions of themselves in several different universes. I, for example, have slightly different me's in around 37 universes. Although, I don't have a version of me in this universe. If I did, you would have met her before. And you are in 124, which is an unusually high number. And one of your versions was in my universe. Him, or you, because you two are, to all effects, the same person, were the love of my life. I was completely and utterly in love with you. You were the most beautiful, kind, and fascinating man I had ever met. I had never before felt something even close to what I felt for that version of you that lived in my universe. Yes, my darling. I said lived. Remember what I said before about not wanting you to die again? You died, my love. You died a few months ago in my universe. Way sooner than you should have. You were the same age as you are in this universe. And that day was the worst day in my life. It was late at night, and I was stalking you, as usual. But in the darkness, I took a wrong turn, and I lost you. And as I tried to find you again, I heard some weird noises. It was, you and two men shouting at each other, and then I heard you screaming. Guided by the sound of your voice, I ran to you, but it was already too late. I found you, agonizing on the ground, bleeding from several different wounds, as those men ran away with your wallet. You took your last breath in my arms. A trickle of blood was running through your forehead as I held you, crying as we both knew what was going to happen. And with my thumb, I wiped the blood from your forehead. And you smiled at me. It was the first time that you ever saw me. You didn't even know my name. And you knew that you were dying. But you still smiled at me. And less than a minute later, you were gone. Yes, I'm fine. Don't worry. But I definitely wasn't back then. I just witnessed the love of my life getting murdered. And I became mad from grief. A grief that no one understood. Because we hadn't even talked before you died. But that didn't change the fact that you were still the love of my life. And you were dead. I locked myself up in my home. I spent days crying constantly, reliving your death time and time again. Desperately, I thought about finding you in whichever other universes you might exist. You see, darling, in my universe, even though we've discovered how to travel to other universes, that knowledge is not public. Only some governments and researchers know about it. I don't want to brag, but in my world, I'm one of the brightest scientists to ever exist. So, darling, your girlfriend, because we are absolutely dating now, is not only incredibly hot, but also stupidly smart. I'm kidding. Except for the dating part, of course. Yeah, I'm getting to it. Sorry. It's just so hard not to get distracted having you here with me. Well, I'm not just a world-class scientist, but travel between universes is also my area of expertise. So I made a plan, and I spent months secretly using our supercomputer to analyze trillions of data, finding each and every version of you, to locate the one who was most similar to the person who had died in my arms. And that's you. You two are identical in almost all aspects. Not only your physique and personality, but your hobbies, your friends, the books you read as a child. The only differences I managed to find was the name of your grandmother and the color of your phone case. No, darling. Of course they didn't let me do this. Interaction with other universes is strictly regulated. But I didn't care. I had to be with you again. And then I discovered that you had been fantasizing about me for years. And that was the sign I was looking for. Thanks to my knowledge and some materials I stole, I opened a way to your universe. And I equipped it with a self-destruction mechanism, so no one could ever come after me and take me away from you. To even more make sure that no one could come looking for me, I also faked my own death. It's not like a lot of people cared about me back there anyway. And that's how I ended up here, with you. I know. It's a whole lot to process. I don't blame you. But now that we're together, my darling, you don't have to fantasize about me stalking you anymore. Because I will always be right by your side. We are made for each other, darling. We won't be lonely anymore. Now, why don't you show me around, my love? Your home is exactly like it was in my universe, but I never went inside. I've been trying extremely hard to stay calm because I had to explain this whole mess to you, but on the inside, I am jumping from excitement. Being finally able to call you my boyfriend? Oh, my darling. For some time, I thought it wouldn't be possible. I thought that I had lost you forever. But now, we're finally together. Oh, and I'll be living with you, of course. I don't have a home in your universe, my darling. Besides, I know that we're perfect for each other, so why waste any time? I love you, and you love me. So there's no point in waiting before we start living together. I'm glad you agree. Of course, we will still go on lots of dates. Lately, I've been having trouble sleeping because of how excited I would get imagining you and I on a date. Strolling in the park, holding hands while eating, and what's that thing that you love so much here? Ice cream? We don't have that in my universe, so I'm quite excited to try it. Money? Oh, don't worry, darling. Once I manage to forge a birth certificate and my qualifications, I'm pretty sure I'll manage to earn lots of money. I mean, I am one of the best scientists from a universe which is more technologically advanced than yours. For me, quantum mechanics are just high school maths. Every universe and company in the world would kill to have me. I am gonna win the, what do you call it? Nobel Prize? In less than 10 years from now. And I plan to spend every cent spoiling my beloved darling. Of course I mean it. I literally traveled between universes for you. Do you think I'm not willing to indulge and spoil the love of my life? Hell, I would even kill anyone if you so much as asked. There isn't a single thing that I wouldn't do for you, my love. But enough yapping, as you say. I'm dying to see your whole house from the inside. Especially your bedroom.